Good morning and welcome to Maximo Bite Size, a podcast on the functionality of Maximo Manage. Today is the fifth episode in the series on asset management, and we will be discussing asset templates. An asset template, as the name suggests, is a template for multiple assets. You can use an asset template to generate multiple assets or to update assets that belong to the asset template. The asset template has 5 tabs and an additional datasheet tab if Maximo calibration is active. A new asset template starts at draft status and can be made active or inactive. There is no status history. Asset templates can be shared across the sites of an organization. They are defined at the organization level. On the main tab are fields which will be set on the asset when they are generated or updated from the asset template. Fields like asset type, manufacturer, vendor, usage, priority, and 3 cost fields: purchase price, replacement cost, and budget cost for the year. The asset description and its long description become the descriptions for the asset. The rotating item, item type, and item set are hidden fields on the +C template object, and these can be used for creating rotating assets of item or tool type that can then be later moved into a storeroom. This would also allow an item assembly structure to be applied to each asset as a secondary process. There is no automated process for doing this. The remaining fields that you might find on the main tab are in the calibration details section, but this is conditional based on Maximo calibration being active. There is no calendar, shift, or failure class on an asset template, but you could extend this for new assets by adding a crossover domain to the assets template ID field. The spare parts tab allows non-rotating items to be added to the spare parts table of each asset being generated or updated. The specifications tab will copy over the classification and its specification attributes and values to the assets. If you do unhide the rotating item field on the asset template, then you should either use the asset template specification or the item specification, but not both, because both can create an asset specifications details. On the meters tab, the meter group will add the meters to the asset template. Alternatively, you can enter the meters without using a meter group. The settings for continuous type meters can then be set up. The meters and their details are copied to create meters on the assets generated by or associated with the asset template. On the PMs tab, frequency-based preventive maintenance and inspections can be set up by referencing one or more predefined master PMs. When the assets are generated, a PM record that references the asset will be created for each master PM. The action Generate New Assets will require you to enter the site for which the new assets will be created, and then a dialog box will open allowing you to default fields like the location where the assets should reside, installation date and status. The start date and storeroom can also be set for each generated PM. The quantity of assets to be generated will be needed, and you can start the asset numbering at a specific point and provide a prefix or suffix. The Generate Assets button creates the assets in a table window in the dialog, and from here you can add or adjust the serial number and other details. When the OK button is pressed, new assets are generated. The Apply to Existing Assets action has a similar dialog, but without the ability to generate new assets. This action allows you to apply changes to assets that already reference the asset template, or to apply the asset template to assets that were not created from an asset template. The action View Asset Template Usage is used to see where the asset template has been applied. This is a history of creating the assets from the asset template or updating them with changes. Depreciation schedules can be created for the asset template using the Manage Depreciation Schedules action. Multiple depreciation schedules can exist with a time or meter basis. When generating the asset, the depreciation start date is given. This creates depreciation schedules for new assets or allows depreciation schedules to be added to existing assets. I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode when we will review rotating assets. The music is called Busy City from the talented group called Track Tribe. Please check them out on tracktribe.com, or one word. Until another time, goodbye.